Hello and welcome back to another episode of Alpha Audio. Today we're going to talk about the Sonnet Morpheus DAC. Morpheus DAC. Some of you may know Metrum Acoustics and maybe even its frontman Cees Ruijtenberg. He created products like the Metrum Acoustics Adagio, Pavane, Jade, Onyx, Amethyst, Ambre, Flint, well, you know, a lot of products. And today we're gonna take a look at his latest creation, the Sonnet Morpheus. Sonnet is another brand he launched recently, and yeah, well, this is like this next-gen DAC architecture. And if we have to explain his architecture very shortly, very compact, then we can say his Metrum Acoustics Adagio and Pavane, all his DACs have own created, own designed DAC chips, the transient DACs. And the latest generation, the DAC 2, has in fact two DAC chips and one FPGA built into one module. Both DAC chips are 16 bits, so you might think, how in the world is he gonna create a 24-bit, how is he gonna convert 24 bits then? Well, he only uses the first 12 bits per DAC chip. And the FPGA combines the 12 bits into one 24-bit signal. So the first chip is going to do the top end 12 bits and the other chip is going to do the bottom 12 bits. That way he can still convert 24-bit audio, and he lowers the noise floor significantly that way, because the bottom 4 bits are noisier than the top 12 bits. So it's a very clever trick he uses, and in this case he has 4 DAC chips per module. So that's a whole lot more. He says that by using 4 DAC chips per module, the signal path is a lot shorter, so you have less noise, you have higher resolution, it's even more quiet, the timing is better. Bottom line, everything is better than the transient DAC 2. But the differences, are they also very audible? Well, we're going to talk about that later on, because first we're going to take a look at the casing and connections and everything, and the possibilities, expansions and stuff like that. Well, if we take a look at the back, we see single-ended out, we see balanced out, of course, coaxial in, AES, USB, optical. The USB slot is just like with the Adagio and the Pavane and the other DACs. You can swap it out for I2S or I2S, but you can't use them both, and that's a pity, I think, because we both use USB and I2S. Normally we stream with the Metrum Acoustics Ambre with I2S, but then we can't use USB, so sometimes you have to swap out the module, and yeah, I don't like swapping out modules because every time you have to screw it open and you can break stuff and it's expensive, so we don't like that. So I hope, Cees, that the next model will have both on board. That would be awesome. If we're talking about swapping out, you can also place an MQA module, and the beauty of this is that if you don't play MQA, you don't use the module at all. It reroutes the signal path, so you don't use this. You never use it if you don't play MQA, and that's a good thing, because everything that's in the signal path will eventually have a signature. It will be audible. And with MQA we didn't hear a major difference. It's partly the master they use. If it's not the same, it sounds different. But if you have the same master, yeah, I don't think it's really audible, to be honest. But there are some very nice MQA recordings, and if you have one like Amy Winehouse, it's a lot better in MQA, so it's a good thing you can use an MQA module just to listen to those recordings if you like the music. So it's a good option, but don't expect wonders. If we're going to talk about the sound, Well, this is in fact the successor of the Metrum Acoustics Onyx or Jade. The Jade has a volume control as well, and this is 3,500 euros in the Netherlands at least, and the Jade was around 3, I think. So this is the successor of that. It's a better DAC. It has more options, it has more expansions, it's better built. So the 500 euro premium is justified, we think. And if you listen to it, and we didn't compare it to the Jade, we compared it to the Adagio and the Pavane. And even then, this is better. How is it better? Especially the stereo imaging is a lot bigger than with the Adagio. The Adagio is a lot more, well, laid back. It's very controlled. It's very clean. It is very silent. If there's silence in between some notes, you definitely hear that very well with the Adagio and also with the Pavane. But with this, it's even more. The resolution is obviously higher. You hear more detail, and the stereo imaging with the Morpheus is completely around you, and with the Adagio it's always a little bit to the back. If you compare it A/B, you hear it instantly. Also, the Adagio is a little bit more warm. I didn't expect that, to be honest. It's a little bit more warm, and it's more friendly, I think, in presentation. But the Morpheus is more clean, it's more detailed, it has higher resolution, and the stereo imaging is a lot better, like I told you already. But it doesn't make this harsh or clean or analytic. Absolutely not. Don't get me wrong there. This is not an analytic sounding DAC. It's very organic and it's very fluent, but it's just more clean than the Adagio. Whether you like that or not is completely up to you. It's a matter of taste. I don't think the stereo imaging thing is a taste. I like 3D imaging in my music because it involves you more. So I think this is a more involving DAC in that perspective than the Adagio. But yeah, bottom line, I think this is a better product. He improved his DAC chips and we can hear that. So that's a very good thing, and it's a thing to be proud of, because let's be honest, the Adagio and the Metrum Acoustics Pavane are really, really, really good products. If you can improve a really, really good product, then you really, really know what you're doing. So, I hope you liked this video. If you like it, give it a thumbs up. And I hope to see you back next time. Thank you.